Okay, so when you come to this page, you're presented with our crazy Wi-Fi page, and first thing you see is this area so you can post messages on the page, and they get logged here on the bottom. And this area here, if there's more people connected to the box at the same time, you get the amount of people. And then to view people's net art, because this is a net art gallery, you click on their thing, and you get a little piece about what the artist thought when they were making this piece. Click on the view here, and if we flip back to the main page, you go onto the about section. It gives you a bit of background into why we made this project and what you needed to use to make it if you're interested in making your own crazy Wi-Fi or Firefox. We'll just copy the other files over anyway, just and then that's it. We've got them all copied over into our. So these are all the files that are on the server at the moment, and then because of the way the system is based on Linux, you can't. All the files have their own permissions. So instead of having to go through each individual file and say, I want you to be able to read and write this file, instead of the admin being able to do it, it's just easier to copy the file into a non-admin area and edit it there and then copy it back. So that's what's going on in this file here, or this window, this terminal. And the first command, sudo, is what represents the administrator. And then what is it, source, or is it data? Source? Data. That's data.
For this NetArt project, I wanted to create something convey we become so immersed in modern technology. I wanted to create something that meant that we're so used to using, we interact so much through online or through the digital world. We have now become part of it and we lose touch of the real world.
Net art piece is inspired by Vince McKelvey, and he works in elusive design and just kind of mesmerizing and hypnotic. So I wanted to try and recreate something like that, but do it more so with a 3D art form that I like working with. So my piece is of a space invader being destroyed in a constant battle. So yeah, and I've done it in depth bars to make it more, just elusive. So yeah, thanks.
Okay, so for my net art piece, I wanted to explore the idea of the social media, and that we've had this idea for a long time that there's an entity like Big Brother that is watching us all.
I thought it'd be interesting with the idea of people creeping on each other's Facebook pages, that in a way we've all kind of turned into Big Brother. That is what I want to reflect in my net art piece. And if you scroll over it, you get some kind of interesting distortion going on. So yeah, there's more to be found in my blurb, and check it out. Yeah.
The inspiration for my Now piece was to take in the development of Mac and how the screens have developed over the years, and as screens develop, people got deeper into using the technology. So I just took screenshots of different screens and did an animated piece on how you get deeper.
I never really understood what NetArt was, and I don't really know even after doing the project, so my piece of NetArt is just kind of my understanding of what it is. And that's it.
So this is my NetArt piece. For my NetArt, I was inspired by women in media and how women are perceived. So I incorporated old art and brought it together with new art, and in that way I brought it together with net art. And in my design, the image is selected and made into a GIF. So that's really it.
So first, the reason my image is made up of zeros and ones is because it's like binary code, which is the language that computers use. So it represents the only way we may be able to see tigers in the future, which would be on our TV or our computers, because they may not exist in the wild.
My piece is to focus on the near extinction of tigers,
and how we're not really doing much to help it when we could be, because we're too preoccupied with our online lives on Facebook or Twitter. We are using these tools for like social networking, but they could be used to help certain causes like the near extinction of the tiger or other worthy causes as well. And that's just what I want to focus on in my project.
I use the cityscape of New York as a symbol of modern city and urbanization of digital products and information. I frequently emphasize the concept of data loading in a visual way that can easily cause a strong sense of anxiety in order to ask people to draw more attention to the time wasted on waiting for those advanced virtual things, and also ask themselves if it is really worth it.
My net art, I decided to use binary code, which is zeros and ones, and using an image of my baby Kaylee. She's a cute little thing, no? Working off the idea of binary code and DNA code being the same. DNA code builds humans, so I just, like Kaylee growing up, I thought that'd be a good place to start, and I combined both of them with noise, and well, it's more or less noise of, it's like an old printer, and I kind of mixing the zeros and the ones with the picture of Kaylee, and that's the whole thing. So now, go.
I decided to base my net art on the fascination with people having to log on to Facebook several times a day. So I first took a screenshot of the Facebook homepage, put that in Photoshop, and then I drew the eyes in Illustrator, and I Facebook across, and I put it all back into Photoshop, and then I worked the background to make it look like you were you were memorised by logging in constantly to Facebook.
My net art piece is called Enclosed. It was inspired by a quote by Albert Einstein that was, it's appalling that technology has exceeded humanity. And it was done in processing using Processing's 3D library. And that's it.
The video presentation for this net art piece, and it's open the monitor, but apparently there seems to be a technical glitch. You can play to an extent and then it just kind of freezes, so I had to go and redesign the second one, which is also on monitors. Yeah, so the second presentations after been done and been uploaded to the monitors of Starbucks and Main Building. However, there seems to be a glitch with it as well, and the video doesn't run through in it either, so I just come to the conclusion that AVI doesn't like me, or the format just doesn't work, but I have it in my hand up anyway, and the full 2 videos can be seen there, so